Shalom. Kol Holo Yahweh Ba'ashum Yahusha Ba'ashum Rogach Wadash. The bonds of the apostles, the bonds of the elders, great millstone, rule well and tells his truth. Much respect to you brothers out there, is preaching his word in truth and sincerity. Throughout the four corners of earth, tabernacle, David, Hope, Elect, and the sparkle bird on one say Shalom. Right, this is just me putting in my 2 cents from the video Elder Yashua Ramba had put up the other day. You know, man, very edifying lesson. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. But like I said, I'm just putting in my 2 cents. And you know, one of the statements I'm gonna bring out, you know, these Christians, they over here getting on us, and they don't realize, or they should realize, Esau Edom is the problem, man. You over here trying to save all nations, which is not biblical. That is not biblical. You're over here trying to save all nations, but you have this man Esau Edom over here doing all types of shit, man. Put all types of chemicals in the air, right? Getting rid of the plants, getting rid of sea life, right? This man has to be taken out of power, right? So you coming up against us, as the elder said, you love death. You want this kingdom to persist. You don't want a righteous kingdom, man. You want this damn devil to have a seat at the holy table? Like, come on, man. Right? This man is showing you clear as day that he is the devil that the Bible speaks of. You had that little cartoon of the damn Edomite going around and pretty much destroying the whole earth, man. And, you know, they have the nerve to try to say people are the problem. No, it's Edomites are the problem, because under the rulership of Esau, Edom, and their wine, right, the other nations have also followed suit in destroying the planet, man. Right? They have followed suit by destroying the planet, putting all their wickedness. You know, hey, we just got to get the heck up out of here, man. But as you see right here, you know, from one of the quotes that Kill Gates had, you know, one of his interviews that the elder had posted up in his lesson, as we read right here, I don't plant trees, so said Kill Gates. On stage in the New York Times Climate Summit, he added that it was complete nonsense. You see, these people are at war with nature itself, at war with life itself. As you get in the scriptures, they are the lump of clay that was made to dishonor the Lord, man. The lump of clay that is made for the Lord's destruction, right? Because they are against everything that the Heavenly Father has made, right? The sun is good for us, give us vitamin D, energy, all type, you know, plant life to grow. This man wants to block out the sun, right? You know, you have electricity. This man wants you to pay for it, right? Water, air, just everything. He wants you to pay for it while polluting it, right? The trees, he wants to make artificial trees, artificial bees, man, right? He wants to boast in that, but like the elder said, everything down here is dying, man. And you have this man and his people on the forefront pushing wickedness, pushing death. This man is buying up all the farm land, right? Why is he doing that? So you won't have nothing. let's just keep it simple. So, you know, he can have all the farmland to himself, and he can pollute everybody else's farmland, man. You know, he's probably not even using it. He's just buying it just to be buying it, right? And if they are using it, they're heaping the good crops to themselves while they pollute and poison every other crops out here, right? This man has to be taken out of power. You know, you even see with the chickens, the beef, right? Them pumping chemicals in the foods. You Christians have the nerve to get on us, man. We got to get the heck up out of here. As you see right here, I got Job 13 and verse 4. But ye are forgers of lies. You are all physicians of no value. They are forgers of lies, right? And a physician of no value, right? Because when the big plague came through, which was created by Esau Edom, right? He said, take this juice, man. It's going to heal you. But hey, we spoke up against it, man. We spoke up against it. And what happened? A lot of people end up dying from that, right? You know, there's documentations out there saying that it pretty much took away, you know, people's lifespan, you know, shorten people's lifespan, right? You might be doing fine, or you may think that you're doing fine right now, but hey, down the line, some people are going to experience even more symptoms, you know? Some people, as we've seen in the past, have experienced symptoms faster, which had them checked out. You know, they speaking against the anti, the people that's not for the juice, and look what happens. They end up getting checked the heck up out of here, man. Right? Let's get back to that. Complete nonsense to think that tree planting could solve climate change, and didn't mince words about how he felt about the notion. Are we the science people, or are we the idiots? You are the idiots, right? The scriptures speak of, matter of fact, I'm going to get it instead of just quoting it. It's a 1 Timothy or 2 Timothy. Let me see. This is 1 Timothy 6 and verse 20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust. Avoid profane babblings and vain babblings. It's like avoid profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science falsely so called. There's true science. True science backs up the Lord, right? True science is out there, but the science that they're pushing out is pseudoscience, man. Made up shit, right? They try to say, the Lord is pseudo. No, your science is pseudoscience, man. It's wickedness, man. It's to push your wickedness, right? Once again, true science does back up the Lord and his creation and how he made everything. But their science is to shun out the Lord, man. To push their agenda, to push their wickedness, right? So yes, you are the idiots, right? And I have a couple things I asked Chat GPT about. Let me see. Let me get this right here. So pretty much, one of the things that Elder Yashawama touched on was, hey, we're not supposed to go outside and have allergies, man. It's to the point even here in Louisville, Kentucky, which I'm not sure about other states, which I'm pretty sure is probably the same as well. All right, even some of the animals have allergies. They're affected by this. And once again, you Christians have the nerve to get on us, but you're not getting on this man. You love death. You want death to persist in this kingdom. The animals are suffering. As Elder Yashawama brought out in Romans 8, if I'm not mistaken, right? The whole creature groaneth, just roughly paraphrasing the scriptures, right? We got to get back in power, man, and we will get in power. But everything has to play out right before our very eyes. The scriptures got to play out, and then we're going to be in our kingdom, man. And then the people is going to see that it's very beneficial for us to be in rulership. Yeah, you're going to get your ass kicked if you are the heathens. Yeah, you're going to get your ass kicked for 1,000 years, but peace is coming, man. And peace is coming. True and real food is coming, right? Man, it's going to be beautiful, right? But getting into this, pretty much I asked Chat GPT, Louisville, Kentucky. Matter of fact, as you see, why does Louisville, Kentucky have some of the worst allergies? Louisville, Kentucky consists, pretty much Salakia. Gotta slow down, Salakia. One of the reasons, is pretty much the Ohio Valley. We're pretty much right in the middle of it. So that consists of having bad allergies as well. But some of the things that consist of it, as we'll read, you see, consistently ranks among the worst cities for allergies due to a combination of environmental, geological, and climate factors that amplify pollen levels and allergens exposure. Here are the primary reasons: high pollen levels from diverse flora, right? Kentucky bluegrass, they say that Kentucky is famous for its bluegrass, produces more pollen than other grass types, triggering allergies during late spring and early summers. It's to the point where, I've seen it to where some kids, they go outside and it looks like they got beat up, They got the case of the Beats by Dre. They got the lumps on them, man. That's how bad it is. It's to the point where some people that have asthma, it acts up real bad around this time, right? So this, hey, this is like one of the worst areas for allergies, man, right? And we'll get into it as Elder Yashawamba went into, and which I also got as well, right? With the deforestation, right? This man cutting down all these trees, right? This is one of the reasons why you have all these allergies out here, man. You're not supposed to be out here, sneezing, getting the case of the lumps, the Beats by Dre, Let's see, tree pollen, weed pollen, geographical factors, all right? The Ohio River Valley, right? This is one of the reasons, right? Louisville's location in a bowl-like valley traps pollen, preventing it from dispersing as it would in coastal areas. This recycle affects increased pollen concentrations proximately to a higher river, contributes to high humidity, fostering mold growth. You see that fostering mold growth and dust mites, which exacerbates allergies. Right? Like, man, we got to get the heck up out of here. Climate and weather. Louisville's warm and humid climate. Pretty much over here as well. The climate is just out of control, where it's warm one day and then cold the next. The weather is so wishy-washy, man. You might have it to where it's consistently warm, and then you'll have it to where it's like flip-flopping, man. Right? But anyways, getting to it, supports robust plant growth, boosting pollen production. Rainfall encourages mold and dust mites and worsen allergy symptoms. Let me see. I'm pretty much, let me see. I'm going to get to the point. Let me see right here, as you read right here. Deforestation globally, as discussed previously, may indirectly worsen allergies. You see that? Indirectly worsen allergies. So when you cutting down all these trees, being the devil that you are, being the devil that the Bible speaks of, or being at war with nature, you are out here increasing allergies, right? Especially around the allergy season, man. It is so bad, right? By altering ecosystems and increasing pollen production plants in some regions. Though this is less specific to Louisville, genetic predisposition plays a role in having one or two parents with allergies, increasing the likelihood by 40 to 80%. This devil knows what he's doing, right? To get at our people. Shoot, he's destroying the whole nation, man. He's destroying the whole world to get at us. Matter of fact, he's messing up his own people. So as you see, by 40 to 80%, moving elsewhere may not provide relief as new sensitivities can develop. You see that? So by deforestation, by cutting down all these trees, this man has increased the likelihood of allergies to 40 to 80%. And not even moving to another place may help you. Now, I got some family members in some of the other parts of the states. Sometimes when I go visit them, hey, there's a relief. You know what I'm saying? You know, I will say that. But for the most part, man, this is why we got to get the heck up out of here. I'm gonna get some more. I had some more that I asked ChatGPT. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get some scriptures, right? Well, let me get Isaiah 14 verse 4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how has the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. Right? Hey, we're out here, we're prophesying against this man. We see that this man is not fit for rulership. The scriptures speak of woe unto thee when thy king is a child. This man's a child, man. This man must be taken out of power. But once again, these Christians have the nerve to get on us for getting on this man and tell you that all nations are not going to be saved, right? Being saved is being delivered out of your condition, man, right? We are in a horrible condition. The Edomites are above us, man. They live in lavishly. Now, you do have it to the point where this man Amalek has pretty much hoarded the blessing unto himself. And so he has his own people mad against him, man. But that's not our, we ain't worried about that. We worried about our own people. And once again, y'all wanting this man to be in power. You want these allergies to persist. You want death to persist. The whole world is groaning, man. Right? And so we're saying, hey, how is the golden city ceased? We're seeing right before our very eyes this kingdom being drained of its glory. The Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, had broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath and with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth. Right? This man has ruled in anger. Right? This man is not fit for rulership. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. You see, when this man is taken out of power, the whole earth is going to be singing, man. And check this. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no fella is come up against us. Right? And as Elder Yasharama also said, you can also apply this to us, Israel. Right? This man is not set before us to take us down anymore. And even the trees, right, which we'll get. How many trees does this man cut down each year, right? So it's going to be to the point where all creation is going to break forth and singing and rejoicing over this nigga's downfall, man. I'm going to get this right here. Now, Daniel 7, verse 25. He shall speak great words against the Most High. He shall wear out the saints of the Most High and think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hand until the time and to the times and the dividing of times. All right. And pretty much I got in the Hebrew, right, the definition of wear out, right, or to wear away. If I'm not mistaken, is bala, right, in Hebrew. And it reads to wear away, to wear out. Check this, to harass constantly. This man is constantly harassing somebody. It's like, if you have a little brother and the little brother's always teasing you and always bothering you, that's how Esau Edom is, man. But doing it on a wicked scale, right? He took our heritage. He's proclaiming that he's the people, right? He's making all these types of laws. He set up these clinics for Jake to abort their own people, to abort their own children, I should say, right? This wine of Babylon, and he's also is destroying nature, right? So he's constantly harassing us, and we're looking at this. Those that have woken up, like, man, this is not life. This is not life, right? Get it in the NLT. He will defy the Most High and oppress the holy people of the Most High. This is what he's doing. He will try to change their sacred festivals and laws, right? Saying that you can eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. This is lawful to do. Daily activity is lawful to do, right? The people don't even know about the high holy days. These Christians don't even celebrate the high holy days. They celebrate wickedness, man. They celebrate Easter, man. Right? They don't even celebrate Passover. All right? But anyways, get into it. Sacred festivals and laws, and they will be placed under his control for a time and times and a time and a half, right? So this is for our punishment, as I'll get, because we defiled the Most High, man. We chose to serve these other gods of wood and stone, so the Lord had to come down and jack us up, right? Let me see, as I got right here, Revelation 11 and 18, and the nations were angry, and the wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, that thou shouldest give a reward unto the servants thy prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. This man is constantly destroying the earth to the point where the other nations are following suit. If I'm not mistaken, it's China as well, pouring out all types of chemicals and plastic into the water as well, right? So under your rulership, man, you gotta be taken out of power, man. I got this right here. Elder Yasharama brought this out too, right? Psalms 119 and verse 71. Slaki, it is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I might learn thy statutes. You see that? We had to go through this thing, man. We had to, we're pretty much in the process of fulfilling prophecy right before our very eyes. We had to rise. We had to fall. And within that fall, we had to look upon it and like, man, we messed up, man. This is for us to learn the ways of righteousness, right? For us to look at this man's kingdom, seeing how he's governed his kingdom, like, man, we are not to do that. We are not to rule the people in such a manner, right? We're not to rule in wickedness. We're not to destroy the earth, right? Causing all these imbalances and just so much chaos, man. He's an agent of chaos, man. And so we are not to move how this wicked man is moving, right? And let me get some more before I get back to that. Let me see. Let me get some of the deforestation. Let me see. As you read right here, how many trees are cut down each year? Estimates on the number of trees cut down annually worldwide vary due to difference in measurement methods and definitions of deforestation. Based on available data, the figures range from 3.5 billion to 15 billion trees per year. You see, and as we read earlier, this is one of the reasons why you have allergies. Why, as it said, 40 to 80% of people are suffering from allergies, especially over here in Louisville, Kentucky, in the Ohio River Valley, right? Places that are around it, states that are around it, why people suffer so much, man. This man loves seeing the people suffer. Once again, he's an agent of chaos, right? So 3.5 billion to 15 billion, that's a lot of trees, man. That is a lot of trees. And as the elder was going into, the evergreen tree, which the damn devil, has set up as an idol, and the people under this idol are worshiping it pretty much. You messing up habitats, man. The animals are suffering. All because of these damn idols, man. Because this man rules his kingdom of the idols and not in the order of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. You see, if you did that, you would have a very prosperous kingdom. But he's that lump of clay that's made to dishonor the Lord, man. So he doesn't want a prosperous kingdom. He can't stop lying. He can't stop killing, man. Matter of fact, there's a there's a character on Rick and Morty, man, a little bug, man. That's Esau Edom, man. Man, here I go killing again. I can't stop killing. Sloggy, I had to bring that out, but man, as Esau Edom, man, he's an agent of chaos, man. He can't stop doing what he's doing, man. Right? Widely cited estimate from a 2015 study published in Nature suggests approximately 15.3 billion trees are felled annually. Man, that's why we got to get the heck up out of here. And also put in, what are some of the effects of global deforestation upon the world, right? And as we'll get into, global deforestation has profound and far-reaching effects on the world, impacting ecosystems, climate, human societies, biodiversities. Below are some of the key consequences. All right, climate change acceleration. Forest acts as carbon sinks, absorbing CO2 from the atmosphere. Deforestation releases stored carbon, contributing to greenhouse gas emissions. To the FAO estimates, deforestation accounts for about 10 to 15% global CO2 emissions. Loss of forests reduce the planet's capacity to regulate climate and exacerbating global warming and extreme weather patterns. This may also explain, just me speaking as a man, why the weather is just out of place. But then again, we're pretty much like in the middle. So we're going to have good weather. We're going to have bad weather. We're pretty much in the middle. But, it's another reason why this man has to be taken out, because he's blaming, you got all this CO2 in the air because of all these people out here. We got to get rid of billions of people off the planet. That's why, pretty much with Big Pharma and them, they have not cured any disease. They have not cured anything, but just perpetuate, for more money to come into their pockets. It might treat the symptoms, but it doesn't cure anything, man. And even with them treating the symptoms, they put in all these chemicals into their medicine, man. Once again, they're physicians of no values. So it goes back to them being forgers of lies, man. They want to make money. They want to make a buck off of you, man. Right? A healthy patient, that's no money to them, man. So this man is all about death. All about death, man. As you see right here, as a matter of fact, soil degradation and erosion. Tree roots stabilize soil, preventing erosion. Without trees, fertile topsoil is lost in the wind and the grain, reducing agriculture productivity. Right? And the elder went into, this man is not obeying the land Sabbath. Right? You work the land for about 6 years. In the 7th year, you take a break. And the elder also went into, also goes into the debt, debt forgiveness. This man is wicked, man. If you obeyed the land Sabbath, man, the land, the land and the people The animal, man, the world in general will be in order. Will be a happier place to live in. The food will yield properly, right? Will yield its proper nutrients. But this man does not know. It's go, go, go. It's that fast food. That's why he put all these chemicals, for the food to grow. You know, you go into the ancient world, the food was bigger and more nutritious. One seed can easily produce 1,000. But with this man not obeying the land Sabbath, everything is defiled, man. Right? And we can pretty much, if you want to take a screenshot, I'm going to go down slow. Matter of fact, impacting on indigenous communities. Many indigenous groups rely on forests for food, medicine, cultural practices. Deforestation displaces these communities, eroding their livelihoods and traditional knowledge, right? This man is at war with everyone. Once again, the Lord shall destroy them that destroyed the earth, just roughly paraphrasing. All right, conflicts over land often arise as logging and agriculture's encroach on indigenous territories. Let's see. I'm gonna get this right here. Matter of fact, let me see. Let's get 7 right here. Increased risk of zoonotic diseases. You see that? Deforestation forces wildlife into closer contact with humans, increasing the risk of diseases jumping from animal to people. Now, a lot of these things are created in the lab from Esau Edom, right? A lot of these things are created in the lab, but, for the sake of the argument, yeah, this man wants the people to be sick, right? Habitat loss disrupts ecological balances, allowing diseases, vectors like mosquitoes to thrive. Especially over there in Africa, if I'm not mistaken. Where you have what's that? Damn, I can't think of it. It's damn, where you have like a certain disease that Jake suffers from. Damn it. It come back from me. It come back to me. But, a lot of those mosquitoes are messing up people over there. But, if you have like a certain blood disease, I can't even think of the name, man. It come back to me, man. But anyways, getting back to it. Let's see, loss of natural resources, forests provide timber, medicines. Sickle cell, that's what it is. Salaki came back to me. Thawada Yahweh Shmiel Shah, right? Sickle cell disease, right? It's another reason why we got to get the heck up out of here, man, because, a lot of Jakes is suffering from that. One of my uncles that passed away early, which I'm named after, he has sickle cell disease, right? Like this ain't life, man. This ain't life. That pretty much shortens your lifespan, man. You can't really enjoy life, right? The people is ready to be healed. But anyways, deforestation reduce access to non-timber products like fruits, nuts, resins, impacting local economies. These affect interconnected, amplifying global challenges like climate change, food insecurities, social inequalities. Efforts to migrate deforestation, and such as rainforestation and sustainable land management, are critical to reducing these impacts. And the only ways these things are going to happen, and if this man is taken out of power, because he's going to continue to destroy the world, right? It's to the point where, as you read in the scriptures, no flesh shall be saved, It's if this man was continue to prosper in this earth, man. And we'll go ahead and get a couple more scriptures, man. We'll go ahead and close out. Slaki, I know it's a little longer one, but hey, we're here to learn. We're here to gain more knowledge, and we're here to see why this man must be taken out of power, man. Deuteronomy 32 and verse 15, but Jeshurun waxed fat and kicked. Thou art waxing fat, thou art grown thick, thou art covered with fatness. Then he forsook power which made him and lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation. So we was on power, man. We was on high. And with that, we got laid back. We started following the ways of the heathens. And so we disrespected our Lord, man. And this is why we're in the position that we're in of pretty much this wicked ass man being in power, man. This wicked ass man being over us, right? He has to be taken out of power. But we did this to ourselves. As we read earlier, Psalms 119 and verse 71, it is good for me that I've been afflicted, that I might learn thy statutes. We had to go through this, man. Right? It was pretty much set up in the heavens that we would rise and fall, and the elect will look upon the fall, look upon our forefathers, what we have done in our past. Like, you know what? We got to get back to Yahweh Shem Shah. This ain't life, man. Right? They provoke him to jealousy with strange gods, and abominations provoke him to anger. As you read down, sacrificing unto devils. And the Lord jacked us up, man. The Lord jacked us up. He brought us into the hands of these other nations. He scattered us, right? And rightfully so. Rightfully so. But let's get this right here. Baruch 2 and verse 32. And they shall praise me in the land of their captivities and think upon my name. Right? This is what we doing, because the elect is looking like, man, this ain't life, man. And the Wadi Yahweh Shem Shah for waking us from this dead state, man. We was those dry bones, but the Lord woke us up and put flesh upon our bones, man. And we were able to see the world for what it really is, man. The animals are suffering, not just the people. The animals are suffering, man. The air, the whole world is at pain, man. And return from the stiff neck, because as we read, Jeshurun waxed fat. They were stiff necked, man. So the Lord jacked us up. And from their wicked deeds they shall remember the way of their fathers which sinned before them. Going as you read in Deuteronomy 32, the Lord brought their pain upon us, man. And I will bring them again into the land which I promised them with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They shall be lords of it, and I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. Right now we are being diminished. We're being harassed on all sides, spiritual, physically, and mentally, man. From all fronts from this man. But we are in the kingdom, man. We're going to be on high. The earth is going to be at joy. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their power, and they shall be my people. And I will no more drive my people of Israel out of the land which I have given them. Let's get this right here. Job 14 and verse 5, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. And rightfully so. Once again, if this man was made to continue to rule this earth, there will be nothing left to rule. This man will rule over ashes. That's how wicked he is, right? Job 18 and verse 5, yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. That's coming very, very soon. Right? We're in the midst of seeing it, man. Jump down to verse 16. You can read some more on that. Pretty much you can go above as well. I'm pretty much just getting to the point. His roots shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off, because he's over here cutting off the trees. Well, what's the Lord going to do to you? He's going to cut off your kingdom. He's going to cut off your rulership, right? His remembrance shall perish from the earth. He shall have no more name in the streets. He shall be driven from the light into darkness and chased out of the world. Rightfully so, man. This has to happen, right? The Lord put you on high and you didn't respect rulership, right? As the elder went into, you disrespected the holy covenants, man. Covenants of the earth. You didn't obey the land Sabbath. You were out here just being an agent of chaos, right? Let's read. Let's see. He shall neither have son nor nephew among his people, nor any remaining in his dwellings. Because as you read in the book of Obadiah, right, there shall not be any remaining in the house of Esau, right? The Lord is dealing with that dynamic of balance, right? One people's going to live forever, and these people, they're going to be gathered up after their slavery, and they're going to be burnt up and die. Since you love to cut down the trees, you love killing people, hey, that's your ultimate end. And however the Lord set it up, either the Lord going to keep their spirits in the spiritual world, or the Lord going to send them back down into the other nations, man. But there's not going to be any remaining Edomites, when that day comes, man. They that come after him shall be astonished at his day, as they that went before were affrighted. Surely such are the dwellings of the wicked, and this is the place of him that knoweth not power, right? This is your ultimate end for harassing the whole earth, right? Psalm 71 verse 1, in thee, O Yahweh Bashmi El-Shah, do I put my trust. Let me never be put to confusion. Deliver me in thy righteousness and cause me to escape. Incline thy ear unto me and save me. Yahweh Ratazah, please save us from this harassment, man. Be thou strong habitation, whereunto I may continue resort. Thou hast given commandment to save me. Thou art my rock and my fortress. You see, we're leaning unto Yahweh Bashmi El-Shah. As we read in Baruch, they're going to remember, right? They're going to praise the name of the Lord, and they're going to remember the forefathers that sinned against the Lord. And we're coming unto the Lord in a house of mourning spirit, like, man, Lord, we need to be saved up out of here, man. So as we read, I'm pretty much get this and close out, right? Psalm 71 and verse 4, deliver me, O power, out of the hand of the wicked and out of the hand of the righteous and cruel man. And that's what we need. Hey, we need to be saved from this man and his constant harassment upon the whole earth, man. So Yahweh desires an edifying lesson. I want to give all praises going on to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Rakach Chodash, and Ba Babal Shalom.